So this project is provide an implementation of graphical user interface like GUI application using the Swing framework. This application focuses on managing displaying different types of movie, transactions, actions, horrors, romantic, and anime. So this program offers a comprehensive interface for handling customers and recording various transaction details. So the import statement, first the import statement, the code begins by importing essential package like Java for event handling and color management. So Java Swing for GUI components like frames, buttons, labels, and tables and menu items. And also we add Java out event for handling action event. So for the main class declarations, the main class extends JFrame, make it top level container for the GUI components. It contains several static variables and methods used throughout the program. So for the instance variable, the class defines instance variables, and we add menu bar, menu customer account, MNTM login, MNTM logout, MNTM exit for the menu bar and its items. And also we add action transactions, horror transactions, romantic transactions, and anime transactions for the tables displaying different movie transactions. And also we add action table model and horror table model, romantic table model, anime table model, for the data models of these tables. And also we add beat and save item, beat and save action, beat and save horror, beat and save romantic for the buttons used to save the transactions. And also for the main method, we use event queue invoke later to ensure that the GUI creation and updates are handled on the event dispatch thread. So which is standard practice for Swing application, and it initializes an instance of main and make it visible. So for the constructor, we add constructor main setup for the JFrame. It's the setup background color and defines the size and default close operations, and it configures the layout to null for absolute positioning of components. And also for the table models initialization, we add default table model for instance and created for actions, horror, romantic, and anime transactions. So each model includes columns for transactions such as name, date, time, event, name, price, total seats, entered money, and exchange, and total amount. So it initialized placeholder rows are added to each model. And also we add JTable initialization. Tables for each movie genre are initialized with their respective and position with the frame. And also for the labels and buttons, label title scene transactions is added to the frame to provide a handling. Several buttons are also added but initially disabled. These buttons like button save item, anime, button save actions, button save horror, or button save romantic will later be enabled to allow user to save transaction details. So for the button action listener, each button has associated with action listener that handles the save actions. So when a save button is clicked, it retrieves from the data to login frame and specific movie frames like scene frame, action movie, movie, horror movie, and romantic movie. So that construct an object array with details and adds it to corresponding table model. And also the MNTM login is disabled and MNTM logout is enabled after saving the data, ensuring the user must log in before saving further transactions. So for the menu bar and items, the menu bar is created added to the frame. A JMenu named customer account is added containing JMenu item, elements for login, logout, and exit. An action listener for this menu items handle user interactions. So MNTM login opens a new login frame, MNTM logout box for confirmation and toggles the login state. So NNTM exit is the user exit confirmation.
login frame is a crucial component in this ticket booking system, responsible for authenticating users before allowing them to book tickets. The login frame class extends the JFrame class, which is the top-level container for this GUI application. The frame is set to have a gray background color and specific size and location on the screen. It also has a default close operation, which means the application will exit when the frame is closed. The frame contains several components, including 3 labels, which is LBL name, LBL date, and LBL time, that displays the text, name, date, and time respectively. These labels are used to prompt the user to enter their names, date, and time. 3 text fields such as txt name, txt date, and txt time, where the user can enter their name, date, and time. A login button or btn login. When clicked, it checks if the user has entered valid information in the text fields. If the information is valid, it proceeds with the login action, which includes displaying a progress bar and then opening a new frame. A cancel button or the btn cancel, when clicked, prompts the user to confirm whether they want to cancel the login operation. If the user confirms, the application exits. The action listener interface is used to handle the events triggered by the buttons. When the login button is clicked, the action perform method is called, which checks the validity of the user's input and performs the necessary actions. When the cancel button is clicked, the action perform method is called, which prompts the user to confirm whether they want to cancel the login operation. The splash screen class is used to display a progress bar while the application is loading. This progress bar is updated in a separate thread to avoid blocking the GUI thread. Overall, this code provides a simple login functionality for a ticket booking system, allowing users to enter their name, date, and time, and then proceeding with the login action if the information is valid.
This setup displays a splash screen with a progress bar and an animated loading icon, then transition to the main application windows in a frame once loading is completed. The first part of the code has the imports of the necessary classes for the GUI and image handling. The second part has the splash icon, which extends JFrame, making it a window that can contain other components. The static variables are the progress icon, JLabel loading icon, label loading, and counter icon. The progress bar icon is a JProgress bar to show loading progress. The JLabel loading icon is a JLabel to display a loading icon, and the loading icon is an image icon representing the loading image. And the label loading is a JLabel displaying text loading period. And the last one is counter icon. It's an integer to track the progress. For the main method, it creates an instance of splash icon and makes it visible. We used a loop to increment the counter icon and update the progress bar every 70 milliseconds until the counter reaches 100. And when counter icon reaches 100, it disposes of the splash screen and opens a new CineFrame window using event queue invoke later.
So for the important statement, the code begins with importing essentials package necessary for creating a GUI applications. So we add Java out event queue for managing and dispatching thread, and also we add Java Swing JFrame, Java Swing JLabel, Java Swing JButton for creating the main window and its components. And also we have Java out font, Java out color for customizing the appearance of the components. And also we have Java out event action listener, Java out event action event for handling user interactions. So for the main class declaration, we add frame main class extends JFrame, so it making it a top level container for the application GUI components. It defines several static variables that we use to manage and display various elements within the frame. So for the instance variable, the class defines several instance variables. So for the LBL welcome, LBL choose for displaying labels with text, and we add BTN action, BTN horror, BTN anime, BTN romantic for buttons that user can click to select a movie genre. So we had also LBL action price, LBL horror price, LBL romantic price, and LBL anime price for displaying the price of different movies genres. For the main method is the entry point of the application. It performs the display splash screen. Object is created and made visible, and also progress bar simulation. It loops increments and a counter to simulate the loading process by updating a progress bar. So for the launch mainframe, once the container reaches 100, the splash screen is disposed of, and the frame main is initialized and made using event queue invoke later to ensure that thread safe or safety. And for the constructor, frame main setups the JFrame and in its components. So for the frame configuration, this sets the background color to gray, size default close operations, and center of positions on the screen. The layout it sets to null or to absolute positioning. And also we add labels initializations. It adds configures the welcome label and instructions label. So buttons initialization for buttons created for different movies genres. Each button is customized with font, colors, and size. And an action listener is added to handle button clicks. So for the price labels, 4 labels are added to display the prices for each movie genre. Also for the button action listener, each button has associated with action listener that defines what happens when the button is clicked. So for action movie button, opens a new action seat type frame. For horror movie button, opens a new horror seat type frame. And also for the anime buttons, opens a new seat type frame. And when you click a romantic movie button, it opens a new romantic seat type frame. For the label configurations, labels are used to display text informations to the users. So we add LBL welcome to display welcoming message in red, bold, and large font. So LBL choose, it instructs the user to choose a movie styled in a bold font. So the price labels, LBL action price, LBL horror price, LBL romantic price, and LBL anime price display the price for the respective movie genres.
In this part, we input a JProgress bar to show a loading icon. Then once na natapos na yung loading, it automatically na mapupunta siya sa next na frame. Sa seat type naman is naglagay kami ng J button para mamimili yung user kung VIP, patron, or general admission. Then nag-input din kami ng J spinner para pwede mag up and down si user kung ilan yung gusto niyang bilhin na seat. But may maximum lang na 10 seat ang pwede niyang bilhin. Then may minimum to na isa. Naglagay naman kami ng J checkbox. Yung purpose nito is ito yung seat na pagpipilian ng user. Then once na makapili na si user ng seat, pwede na niyang pindutin yung J button na done. And after nun, ibabay niya na yung ticket, then proceed to the next frame. Sa cine frame naman, dito is magbabayad na si user ng napili niyang movie. Mag-i-input siya sa JText field ng amount ng pera niya, then J button pay para mabayaran yung ticket, and cancel naman if hindi. Then once na okay na, pwede nang pindutin yung J button done para mag-proceed na sa next step.
Defines a graphical interface that displays an anime-themed loading animation along with a progress bar. When executed, it creates a window showing the loading animation and progress bar. The progress bar updates the incrementally until it reaches 100%. Once the loading is complete, the window is disposed of and another window is created, indicating the end of the process. The loading animation consists of an image loaded from a file named goja.gif, displayed in a label. The progress bar and other GUI components are configured for visual appeal, with the background set to gray and the text "Enjoy watching." Display below the loading animation. The code utilizes Java Swing components for GUI development, including JFrame, JLabel, and JProgressBar, along with methods for setting properties such as color, font, and layout. Additionally, it uses multi-threading to introduce delays between progress updates, ensuring a smooth loading animation.
Action C-type. The provided Java code creates a GUI application that displays a loading animation, an animated GIF, and a progress bar. It initializes the animation and progresses the bar until it reaches completion. Once complete, it disposes of the loading window and switches to a new frame.
These codes defines another Java Swing application similar to the previous one. For managing payments for an action movie event, it includes GUI components such as text, fields, buttons, and labels, and facilitates payments, processing, validation, and confirmation. The application displays payment information using JOption pane, dialogues, and features a progress bar to indicate payment confirmation progress.
On movie icon. This Java code creates a GUI application that simulates the loading of an action movie. It displays a progress bar and an animated loading icon while incrementing the progress until it reaches completion. Once loaded, it transitions to another frame.
The horror seed type.java file is a specialized component within a larger seating arrangement system likely used in application related to event planning or venue management. This class extends a broader seed type class incorporating unique properties and behavior specific to horror setting arrangement. Key attributes might include seat count is nearby window, is private, and mood lighting, which are initialized through the class constructor method. Within this class management, providing fundamentals such as researching seats, checking availability, and setting mood lighting to enhance the horror atmosphere. This integration ensures the class works seamlessly with other system components like booking system user interface and data storage. In terms of functionality, the horror seat type class encapsulates the specific requirements of horror setting such as providing privacy and desirable ambience. The construction initializes its property and method like reserve seat and is available. Handle the reservation logic and availability checks. Additional methods like mood lighting allow for customizing the horror setting further.
This Java Swing application facilitates payment processing for a horror movie event. Users input their payment amount, which is validated for sufficiency upon successful payment. The application displays confirmation with the event bar indicates the payment confirmation progress, enhancing user experiences.
Sa horror movie icon, naglagay kami ng JProgress bar na kung saan siya yung magiging duration ng horror movie icon, and then naglagay kami ng JLabel pang siya yung magiging size or basehan ng size doon sa horror image icon.
The romantic seat type .java file is a specialized component within a larger setting arrangement system, like used in application related to event planning or venue management. This class extended a broader seat type class, incorporating unique properties and behavior specific to romantic seating arrangement. Key attributes might include seat count is near window, is private, and mood lighting, which is initialized through the class constructor methods within the class. Manage these properties, providing functionalities such as reserving seat, checking availability, and setting mood lighting to enhance the romantic atmosphere. This integration ensures the class works seamlessly and with other system components like booking system, user interface, and data storage. In terms of functionality, the romantic seat type class encapsulates the specific requirements of romantic seating, such as providing privacy and desirably ambience. The constructor initializes its properties and methods like reserve seat and is available, handle the reservation logic and availability checks. Additional methods like seat mode lighting allows for customizing the romantic setting further. This design not only ensures that the romantic setting type meets user expectation but also maintains flexibility for future modification or enhancement. Overall, the class plays a crucial role in delivering a tailored user experience within the system, making it a vital part of the project architecture.
Sa mga frame naman na end frame, action end, horror end, and romantic end, pare-pares lang sila ng components and then pare-pares lang sila na napupunta sa main. Ang kaibahan lang dito ay kung kapag napunta na sila sa main, magkakaiba na sila ng i-enable na button.